Hey guys, it's me, Apples. Back here with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the rules of my card game, Charge Cardz. And yeah, Charge Cardz is a really fun game. I'm just going to go and get into the rules, so you guys, have some context on how the game works. So first, both players have a deck of 10 to 15 cards. 10 is the minimum and 15 is the maximum. And you can only play one copy of a card. So that means that you're not allowed to play 2, not allowed to play 3, not allowed to play 4 copies of a card. You're allowed to play one copy of a card. And also for context, if you guys don't know why I did this, I just did that because that means I can just have cards kind of be a little bit more powerful. Or have like a kind of really good effect, so I like messing up the game. Because like once that card's out of the way, it's out of the way. You're not gonna draw another copy of that card. So yeah. Yeah. Those are the rules for deck construction. Okay, so there are 3 types of cards in my game. There's fighter cards, which are obviously fighter cards, and they're cards that you use to fight. And when you play a fighter card onto the field, fighter cards start from the back row. But we'll get into that later on when we start getting into playing the game. The fighter cards have 4 attributes. They have HP, which tells you how many hit points they have, how long they can survive. They have a rank, they have their type, and they have attack. And also they have a bonus. So they get do extra damage against a certain type. For this one, you get do extra 20 more damage against water types. And also they have effects. I guess it's 5 attributes. First, we'll start off with a fighter's rank. A rank, what that means, it determines how a fighter is played. Man, my camera is acting up right now. Sorry guys. Rank determines how a fighter is played. Any rank 1s or under can just be played on field normally, but a rank 2 you need to use 2 rank 1s to make it. So that means you need to discard 2 rank 1s on your field to make a rank 2. And also fighters can only be played once per turn, or once during your turn. So you're only getting one fighter. You're only be able to add 1 fighter card once at the beginning of all your, or once during your turns. So it will take at least 3 turns to make a rank 2, because first you need to put both the rank 1s down, and then you need to wait a turn to put the rank 2 down. So it takes like at least 3 turns to get a rank 2. Then the second card type of Charge Cards is special cards. The special cards are a lot simpler. Special cards are like the spell cards in my game. They have an effect, and that's their primary thing that they do. They do their effect, and once their effect is done, they go to the discard pile. And then yeah. But you can set special cards, and you can set special cards down, face down, like this, and then you can activate them during your enemy's turn as a reaction. Now, how reactions work are like, how do reactions work? How should I put it? So, the reactions can happen when your opponent does an action. So let's say your opponent plays a fighter, or no, let's say your opponent tries to attack. As a reaction, you can activate your special card during their turn, and then now whatever your reaction was, it happens before their attack. So reactions always happen first in the actual action, and your opponent can, or you can use a reaction. You can react to a reaction also. Well, that means, but you can't react to your own reactions. That means if I play a special card, and I can't use another special card to react to that special card, I can only use it if my enemy does an action or reaction. My enemy can react to my reaction to maybe stop my special card. Then I can react to their. Yeah, you get it. But yeah, so you can't just react to your own reactions or actions. You have to wait till your enemy responds, so then you can respond to their response. So it goes back and forth. And you are allowed to react to your own actions also, but. So that means that you and your enemy can choose to react, but that means is that whoever says they were going to react first, this goes. That's just how that works. Then the third card card type of my game are called arena cards. And arena cards are like special cards where you are allowed to set them down, but when they're played, they get played face up like this, and their effects are usually permanent for the most part, so our effects are just always on. So yeah. Okay, so on the first turn of a game, you draw 3 cards, and any other turn, you draw up to 3 cards. So that means any other turn, if you were to have 1 card, that means you draw 2. And if you already have, if you already have 3 cards, that means you just draw 1. So you either draw up to 3 cards, or if you already have 3 cards, you draw 1. But at the beginning, on your first turn, you draw 3 cards. And then you're only allowed to play 1 fighter card during your turn, once during your turn. And you can play as many special cards as you want, as long as you meet the requirements. Once you play a fighter card down, they have 2 things. First, you can only play fighter cards in the back row, and your field has 3 rows. So you have a back row, a mid row, and a top row. And fighter cards always start from the back row. In fighter cards, they can only use their effects once per turn, unless specified not to. And so let's say I wanted to do zap, do 10 damage. I wanted to be able to do zap until my next turn again. And then fighters have 2 things that they can do. You have 2 ways that they can use their actions. So fighters, they gain an action at the beginning of their owner's turn, or when they're played. And Zap Dash, when I played him, he got an action. And fighters, they have 2 ways they can use their actions. They can either attack, or they can move. So you can either move, Zap Dash up, and then that uses action, so he can't attack, or he can attack, and then that will use up his action. So there's two ways for you to use your actions, but you only get 1 action. So yeah. Then there's the rows. So the rows actually do stuff. Each row has its own range. So the back row has 1 range. That means that they can only attack your enemy's top row. The mid row has 2 range, so that means they can attack your enemy's top row and your enemy's mid row. And then top row has 3 range, so they can hit all your enemy's rows, no matter where they are at. So let's say you want a card to protect, or just want a card to not get hit by a lot, you would probably want to put them in the back row. If you wanted a card to be able to attack but not get hit by everything, you probably put it in the mid row. And usually the place that usually you would put your cards are in the mid row. That's probably where you want to be. But if your opponent's in the back row, you do need to hit them, or you really need to get rid of something, then you do go to the top row. But usually you don't go to the top row, you just stay to the middle. But yeah, it all depends on your strategy. But yeah, this is generally how the gameplay goes. Okay, so now to get into how the game ends. If both players have no cards in their deck, and the turn ends, and a player ends their turn, the game ends, and then you count the total amount of rank on each player's field. So like this player, he has 2 rank 1s, so the total rank that he would have is 2. And then this player, he has 1 rank 2, so the total rank they would have is 2. And since they both have 2, this will actually be a stalemate. In a stalemate situation, then we go into tie-breaking phase of the game, where tie-breaking phase of the game just continues like normal until one player has no more fighter cards, they have no more fighter cards that they can play, basically. So they have no fighter cards in their hand, until they have no fighter cards on the field. Correct. Until they have no fighter cards on the field. So if this player was able to take out this player's rank 2, then they would win from there. Other than that, then you just win depending on who has the high total of ranks on their field. And yeah, those are the basic rules of Charge Cardz. Now there will be a few rule updates, so just stay tuned for those. But those are just the rules for Charge Cardz and how the game generally goes. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was the rules of Charge Cardz. You might want to click on the video right here to see a showcase, the first showcase of Charge Cardz, to see some of the first couple of cards of the game. Other than that, Aqua's out.